Hi there! Today we have another video for you on Best War Movies on Netflix. We couldn't list all of our favorite ones on the last video, so we decided to make a part 2. Before we get started, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Number 12. Outlaw King. At number 12, we have The Outlaw King, a historical action epic about Robert the Bruce and his rebellion against the English occupation over medieval Scotland. Chris Pine plays the historical Robert the Bruce, aka the Outlaw King. This true story revolves around our protagonist's transformation from king to outlaw and eventually a hero. It is directed by David Mackenzie, who was responsible for the critically acclaimed Hell or High Water, and his great directing skills are noticed throughout the film. But sadly, the movie suffers from mediocre writing and slow pacing. Nevertheless, it is still an enjoyable movie, and we definitely recommend it. Number 11. The Defiance. The Defiance tells a story of three brothers, Daniel Craig, Liev Schreiber, and Jamie Bell Starr, who take it upon themselves to rescue 1,000 Jewish refugees from being sent to a concentration camp as the Nazis invade Eastern Europe. They fight through war, sickness, and starvation to escape from the atrocities of German soldiers and reclaim their freedom. Defiance received fairly average reviews by critics, but if you have a taste for war movies and Jewish history, then you should go give it a watch. Number 10. Hostiles. Hostiles is an interesting western that revolves around Joseph Blocker, captain of the United States Cavalry and a war hero. Losing his fellow brothers in arms in fights against the Native American tribe Apaches, the captain develops hatred towards all Native Americans. Through sheer irony, he is tasked to escort Cheyenne Chief Yellowhawk as one of his last orders before his retirement. Forced to follow his orders, Joseph has to overcome his hatred, which later allows him to not only forgive his arch-enemies, but also sympathize with them. Christian Bale does an outstanding performance in this movie, which should be enough to convince you to watch it. The movie itself has received generally favorable reviews, with Rotten Tomatoes giving it a 72% fresh approval rating. Number 9. The Siege of Jadotville. Based on the book of the same name, The Siege of Jadotville is an amazing action war film. The Congolese Prime Minister, Patrice Lumumba, has been assassinated, which results in a civil war. Pat Quinn is sent in by the UN in a peacekeeping operation to bring stability to the region. He and his men soon find themselves trapped and surrounded by mercenary troops. Pat Quinlan now faces the Herculean task of protecting his troops and accomplishing his mission. Number 8. First They Killed My Father. Directed and co-written by Angelina Jolie, First They Killed My Father is a biographical thriller film based on Lung Jung's memoir of the same name. Set in 1975, Jung has to face the harsh realities of the Vietnam War at the tender age of 5. After her father was captured, she and her family were on the run from the Khmer Rouge forces, only to be captured later on and taken to a labor camp. The movie depicts the struggle for survival of Lung Jung and her family. This film has been nominated and won multiple awards, including the Camera Image and Hollywood Film Awards, so we highly recommend you give this a watch. Number 7. The Flowers of War. The Flowers of War is set in the Sino-Japanese War during the Nanking Massacre. An American mortician, John Miller, played by Christian Bale, tags along with a group of schoolgirls escaping the Japanese army to a Roman Catholic cathedral, where he is tasked to bury the head priest. In a series of events, he ends up by pretending to be a priest himself to protect the young girls and does whatever he has to do to ensure their safety. Number 6. Beast of No Nation. Beast of No Nation is about a young boy named Egu. A rebel attack forces him to flee into the jungle. After wandering around for an unspecified amount of time, Egu is captured by a group who call themselves the Native Defense Force and is forced to join the militia as a child soldier. There he faces violence, brutality, rape, and many other despicable experiences that a child like him shouldn't. The Beasts of No Nation is an excellent film with a ton of awards and nominations to its name. So this is a must-watch not just for war movie junkies, but also anyone in general. Number 5. The Dirty Dozen. The Dirty Dozen is a 1967 war film that centers around a group of convicted murderers who are trained by the military to assassinate a number of German officers. The plot does sound a bit wonky, and it kind of is, but that is exactly why we love it so much. It's one of those movies you watch with your friends on a beer night for some mindless fun. It's got violence, it's bizarre, and it's bold, so we think this is a must-watch. Number 4. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. This one is a classic. If you haven't yet seen it, stop this video right now and go watch it. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas is a heartbreaking story about a boy named Bruno whose father is a Nazi official who is recently promoted and relocates to the countryside to look over a concentration camp. Bruno, who is oblivious to the nature of his father's work, becomes bored and one day wanders at the camp. There he finds and befriends a little boy about his own age named Shmuel, who is a captive of that camp. The story follows the start and progress of their friendship and ends with one of the most heartbreaking yet impactful endings ever in film history. Number 3. Inglourious Basterds. War, grotesque violence, and comedy. The Inglourious Basterds has it all. If you are looking for historical accuracy, then maybe this isn't for you. But if you're looking for a hyper-violent war fiction, then this is sure to keep you at the edge of your seat from start to finish. Just like other Quentin Tarantino movies, The Inglourious Basterds don't really have a single plot. Instead, multiple plots that at one point come together and end in a spectacular fashion. Anything we say about this movie is a spoiler, so all we'll say is this: get ready for a movie experience of a lifetime. Number 2. The Pianist. What does it truly mean to be alone and helpless? The Pianist tackles that question through the mind of Vladislav Špelman, who becomes stranded and alone after a series of events. Alone, hungry, and suffering from jaundice, this film strips away the glory of war and shows the surreal image of the sufferings of innocent bystanders. Roman Polanski's excellent vision, paired with Adrien Brody's outstanding performance, makes this film a true masterpiece. Winning almost every major award out there, including Academy Award and a Golden Globe Award for Best Picture, there is no denying that. Number 1. Saving Private Ryan. Considered one of the best war films ever made, Saving Private Ryan is a must-watch for any war film fanatic. Directed by Steven Spielberg, this movie puts us in the shoes of John H. Miller, who is tasked to retrieve a soldier called Private Ryan. Hesitant to endanger the lives of his men for a single soldier, Miller is forced to take on the mission. This movie does a great job at stripping war of its glory and focusing more on the tragic side of World War II. Most notably, the horror and chaos of the infamous D-Day is beautifully represented in this movie. You can't really call yourself a war film fan without watching Saving Private Ryan. Well, that's part 2 of 12 war movies on Netflix. We are sure you're going to like them. If you like this video, then consider giving us a thumbs up. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button and click the bell icon to get notified of our new uploads every week. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time with another awesome video.